Hello everybody, welcome back to my channel, or if you're new here, welcome. My name is Renee and I work in a middle school library. Today's video is going to be a book haul of the books that I have recently acquired. So let's get into it. Before we start with our books, I just want to apologize. I recently rearranged my room and the natural lighting is not good in here, and I have a ring light and a lamp, and it feels like you can see my ring light here in the window, so I apologize for that. But today's haul, we have 6 young adult books and 3 adult books that I acquired over a trip to Madison, Wisconsin to visit my daughter, and then some I acquired on a road trip with my daughter to Denver to see my son and his girlfriend. So I will start off with our middle grade books. So our first young adult book is called Evie and Her Nightmares by Francesca Zappia. So it says, Evie Lee has lost her best friend, her only friend, Alyssa, who had everything, who everyone loved, is dead, and no one knows why. Alyssa was obsessed with the online role-playing game Children of Hypnos. And Evie, looking for answers and a chance to escape, decides to play. In the game, she can be anyone. She can pick the name and imagine what she wants. She can hunt her own nightmares, and no one will judge her. Life online brings solace, purpose, community, even romance. But it doesn't bring Alyssa back. And the further Evie pushes herself away from reality, the harder it will come back to bite. And then at the top it has 3 different things. Number 1, you're not bothering me. If I didn't want to talk to you, I wouldn't have given you my number. 2, it's cool that you're playing the game. And 3, you should be getting a clan invite in the next couple of minutes. Check your messages. So this book, Evie and Her Nightmares, by Francesca Zappia. Are you ready to face the chaos? As a dream hunter of Fen Hollow Academy, it's your job to contain this dream activity. Protect civilians from nightmares, hunt down rogue dream hunters, and as always, stay on the lookout for your doppelganger, the manifestation of your subconscious, out to kill you and take your place in the waking world. The hunt is on. So that's our first young adult book that I acquired. The next young adult book is The Last Words We Said by Leah Shire. 9 months ago, Danny disappeared and everything changed for his friends. Ray's pouring herself into rage baking. Deanie's deepening her commitment to Orthodox Judaism. And Ellie, Danny's best friend and girlfriend, is the only one who doesn't believe he's dead. Because she still sees him. Moving back and forth between past and present, the story of Ellie and Danny unspools. From their serendipitous meeting to Danny and Ellie falling for each other. In the past, they were the perfect couple until it went wrong. In the present, Ellie's looking for answers. Her friends are worried about her mental health, but Ellie's certain the tragedy that's rocked their modern Orthodox community isn't as simple as they all believe. She's determined to uncover the truth about what happened to the love of her life. But to do that, she'll have to be more honest with herself. I actually got this book from a wholesale place in Madison that I stumbled upon, and I was really happy that we found it because like this book it's normally $18.99 and I believe I got it for $2.50 and it's brand new. It's not used, it's brand new. It's just wholesale. It was such a cool place and I want to go back there with my daughter again. So this book, Young Adult, The Last Words We Said by Leah Shire. This next young adult book I also got from that same warehouse as the last book, and this book is called I Hope You Are Listening by Tom Ryan. The back says, every missing person has a story. In her small town, 17-year-old Delia D. Skinner is known as the girl who wasn't taken. 10 years ago, she witnessed the abduction of her best friend, Sibby. Can you tell? I kind of have like a missing person theme going on. And though Dee told the police everything she remembered, Sibby was never seen again. At night, Dee deals with her guilt by becoming the seeker, the anonymous voice behind Radio Silent, a true crime podcast that works with online sleuths to solve missing person cases. When a case comes up that seems to be linked to Sibby's disappearance, Dee may have a chance to get the answers she's been looking for. The question is, how much of her own story is she willing to reveal in order to uncover the truth? Again, I Hope You Are Listening by Tom Ryan, another young adult novel. This young adult novel is very Halloween fall kind of feeling. It's called How Not to Renovate a Haunted House by Jenny L. Howe. The back says, the real fixer-upper, their relationship. Amity Calloway is sick of being known as the weird girl. So when her recently divorced mom moves them across the country to the tiny, quirky town of Harlow's Rest, Massachusetts, it could be the fresh start she needs. Until Amity discovers that their absolute disaster of a new house is supposedly haunted. Theo Hargrave, amateur ghost hunter and son of the local general contractor, is a true believer. Amity is ready to debunk all his theories, but even she can admit their home renovation is doomed. So Amity and Theo strike a deal. His family's construction expertise for her help investigating the house's supernatural secrets. Even scarier than ghosts, though, Amity's growing feelings for Theo. So a young adult romance, How Not to Renovate a Haunted House by Jenny L. Howe. I'm not sure if anybody noticed, but my glasses changed from my intro. I have these for seeing far away, and I, being the old age I am, now need reading glasses, so I put these on. Okay. This young adult book is called Gingerbread Bones by Lindsay Lovice. They're being hunted. When 16-year-old Georgie and her troublemaking brother are shipped off to the wilderness for their stepmother's newest reality show, Georgie is convinced it'll be the worst experience of her life. 2 weeks, no phones, hiking, camping, cameras catching every humiliating second. Then she meets Mac Gray, tattooed, unreadable, and among a cast of kids already branded as trouble. He's the one she's sure is dangerous. One night, the counselors are chanting affirmations around the fire. By morning, they're gone. But the kids are not alone. Georgie can feel it, stalking them from the shadows, watching, waiting, picking them off one by one. Whatever it isn't just hunting, it's playing. And in the game, there seems to be only one ending. No one gets out alive. So, Gingerbread Bones by Lindsay Levice. The last young adult book I have is called The Escape Game by Marissa Meyer and Tamara Moss. Well, it has some pretty cool sprayed edges. I love sprayed edges. Okay, it says, it's all fun and games until someone ends up dead. 6 months ago, season 4 of The Escape Game ended in horror when contestant Alicia Angelos was found murdered on set. Now, season 5 is underway, and new contestants are ready to put their skills to the test, solving the show's trickiest escape rooms. There's Addie, the cryptographer, Carter, the math whiz, Beck, the wannabe game master, and Sierra Angelos, the girl who got away with her sister's murder. Or so everyone believes. But Sierra's not just here to win, she's here for justice. When the contestants begin uncovering clues that hint at the identity of Alicia's true killer, it becomes clear that the stakes aren't high in this competition. They're deadly. If these teens want to win and survive the game, they must solve the biggest mystery of all. Who killed Alicia Angelos? So this is The Escape Game by Marissa Meyer and Tamara Moss. Okay, so the first of 3 adult books that I picked out, this one is called The Pie and Mash Detective Agency by J.D. Brinkworth. It's a pretty cute cover. Okay, it says, oddball couple Jane and Simon take a private detective class and must use their admittedly limited skills to solve a series of mysterious disappearances in this delightful debut mystery. Jane and Simon are a millennial couple with a little extra time on their hands. Jane was recently let go from her position as a back-end game programmer, having never been quite sure what that meant. And Simon's career as a corporate collaboration consultant seems to be less collaborating and more scrolling the internet in search of matching velour tracksuits and well-balanced charcuterie boards. When they sign up for a private detective class on a whim, they quickly realize they've bitten off more than they can chew. Their instructor, having a feeling his 2 worst students don't have a chance of solving anything beyond finding the classroom, assigns them the case of Nellie Thorne, a woman recently reported missing. But she's not the first Nellie Thorne to disappear. In fact, she's the 5th in 50 years. Jane and Simon set out to solve the case, armed with just a few days of notes, matching trench coats, and a feeling they should have enrolled in a different class. The investigation leads the newly minted Pie and Mash Detective Agency to places they never thought they'd go, including haunted woods, mysterious archives, and most terrifyingly for Jane, Simon's mom's house. As clues emerge, more questions than answers begin to pile up. What links the missing Nellies? Why do locals think she's a ghost? Is their teacher hiding something? So what if they're heavy on heart but light on experience? Jane and Simon are determined to uncover the truth in time to pass the class and save the day. The Pie and Mash Detective Agency by J.D. Brinkworth. I didn't even realize that this is a debut novel. The next book in our adult list is called Tourist Season. It's going to be part of a trilogy. The second book just came out called Season of Harvest or Harvest Season, I believe. And it's by Brynne Weaver. It's a very cool cover. I love it. So this is kind of stepping out of my comfort zone because it is a dark horror thriller with romance thrown in. So I am a little worried whether or not it will be very descriptive, but it sounds very intriguing. So the back says, a wickedly delicious new series where slow burn enemies to lovers meets thrilling suspense. Cape Carnage is a seaside town of colorful houses, quirky shops, and an unusually high body count. Harper Starling, a skilled gardener with killer instincts, won't let anyone ruin her picture-perfect home. She protects her sanctuary and her aging mentor with a fading memory at any cost. Troublesome tourists don't check out of Carnage. They compost beneath Harper's award-winning flower beds. But Nolan Rhodes isn't your average tourist. Devishly handsome, disarmingly charming, and skilled with a blade, Nolan is after revenge. On every anniversary of his life-altering accident, Nolan slays another target. He's saved the best for last, the undeniably beautiful Harper Starling. The problem? Harper isn't the monster he expected, and she won't go down without a fight. When an amateur true crime investigator visits Cape Carnage, searching for a long-lost serial killer, Harper and Nolan strike an uneasy truce. If Nolan helps Harper protect her town, she'll keep quiet about his hunting habits, for now. But their alliance soon spirals into obsession, one that threatens to shatter every secret in Carnage, including their fragile love. So this is going to be a trilogy, and this is the first book, Tourist Season, by Brynne Weaver. The second book just came out. It's called Harvest Season. I'm pretty sure it's Harvest Season. So it's a very fall vibe, the second book is. So there's that book. And this last book is an adult book, and it is nothing like the scary missing murder vibe that we had going on with the other ones. This is more of a I think it's going to be a heartwarming, find yourself kind of novel. It is called This Book Made Me Think of You by Libby Page. I have seen this book everywhere, and it sounds really good, and I am scared to death that I am going to be a bawling disaster as I read it, but I really want to get through it because it kind of touches my heart in a special way that I want it to. So inside it says 12 books, 12 months, one chance to heal her heart. When Tilly Nightingale receives a call telling her there's a birthday gift from her husband waiting for her at her local bookshop, it couldn't come as more of a shock. Partly because she can't remember the last time she read a book for pleasure, but mainly because Joe died 6 months ago. When she goes to pick up the present, Alfie, the bookshop owner with kind eyes, explains the gift. 12 carefully chosen books with handwritten letters from Joe, one for each month, to help her turn the page on her first year without him. At first, Tilly can't imagine sinking into a fictional world, but Joe's tender words convince her to try, and something remarkable happens. Tilly becomes immersed in the pages, and a new chapter begins to unfold in her own life. Monthly trips to the bookstore, and heartfelt conversations with Alfie. Give Tilly the comfort she craves and the courage to set out on a series of reading-inspired adventures that take her around the world. But as she begins to share her journey with others, her story, like a book, becomes more than words. This book made me think of you, by Libby Page. I'm really looking forward to this book. Not the crying part, but hopefully the heartfelt emotion that comes with it. Well, that wraps up my book haul, guys. That was quite a bit. I mean, that's a lot of books. I've never done a book haul on my channel before. I do buy books often. I shouldn't because I have so many on my shelf that I need to read, but everybody loves buying a book, right? I just love the smell of a bookstore and I just browsing through the books. I love it. So I thought I'd share my recent buys with you. I hope you enjoyed this. I hope one of these sounds interesting to you. I am, like in my last video, I am planning to try to upload more regularly. I'm not sure what that will look like as a regular upload, but I want to make sure to start doing that more consistently. So I hope you enjoyed this book haul, and I hope you come back for my next video, and let me know in the comments what you are reading right now, or what books you have just purchased that you're excited to read. Thank you everybody for watching, and until the next one, bye.